Welcome to Digital Toolbox. In this video we're going to go over making a site model. Urban context site model can really add to a project, but it can also be very tedious to construct. So here we're going to build this red section just based off drawing these gable curves. So this is a site model in Copenhagen, and from a bitmap I've drawn over a background bitmap. I've drawn over the streets, and then these are just the top of the gable to these perimeter buildings. So I'll open up Grasshopper. What we're going to start with are two number sliders, the height of the eave and the offset from the gable. So the interior and exterior offset, we'll call it 6 meters, and then the gable curves. So these curves are going to be our only input. So the first thing we want to do is offset this curve. Go up to Curve, Utilities, Offset, and then we'll do it twice, interior and exterior. Both times that will be it. The input curve will be the gable curve. The distance is going to be the width offset, but for one of them we want to turn it around, so we'll go under Math, F1 function, double click on it and type in x asterisk -1, so it's just the inverse. X is 6, and then the D input is -6. To see these, we actually need to go to parameters and get a curve, copy that curve down, and I'll right click on the gable curve, set one curve, and here we go. We already have our framework laid out for us. Gable curve is that interior one that I drew in Rhino, and then I have two more interior and exterior curves right now. Those ones are pretty basic. We just extrude those. Go to Surface, Freeform, Extrude, and then the B base geometry are going to be those two curves. Hold down Shift, and then the direction vector, we'll go up to Vector and do Z. The F is going to be the height of the eave, 15 meters for me, and then the V will go into the D, and then that extrusion gives us the interior and exterior walls of our perimeter block housing. Next up, the gable. We're going to use the curve from the gable and then the two offset curves. I'm going to move the gable curve up first, so the eave is up 15 meters. We're going to add 2 to that. So we'll go to Xform Euclidean Move. That's our geometry to move. And then the T translation vector will be a Z vector with a number. So I'll just copy and paste the same one that I have here, except I don't want it at 15. I want it 2. And there's many different ways you could move these into place, but I'm just going to do this. So I'll right click and set number 2. Okay. And then I'll copy one of these other curves and put it in here just so I can actually see the curve. So if I highlight the gable curve and the one that we just moved, you can see it's being moved up a little bit. And I have my others right here. So I'm going to loft those together, and then we'll move them into place. Surface, loft. So we'll take one of the moved curves and then hold Shift and grab one of these other curves. It's going to turn red because we have multiple curves there. So I'll go ahead and flatten the S, and then it works. So copy that loft down, and then go with the other curve in the gable, and then both of those are lofted properly. So both of these I can unpreview and move them. So I'll copy this move, T translation vector is the distance of the height of the eave. Make sure you connect both of these. And then with that move, our pitched roof is in place and the extrusion's in place. Now to see both of them at once, we'll go up to Geometry, BREP, and then connect that to both the extrusion and the move. And then we can turn off some of these guys and have it done all at once. So then we can just bake that, and then here you go. Your entire urban fabric is already set after you click a few times and set the gable curves. So feel free to play around with this one. You can do flat tops, you can do just extrude curves to have brick buildings, which is just blocks, massing blocks, which is really easy and pretty effective too. And here you can see that we can still go back and edit the height of the roof and the width as well. So there's the height and the width, and then you can adjust that on an individual basis if you need. So that's it. Instant perimeter housing, perimeter block housing through Grasshopper.